Tony, I'm wondering if you could just give us a rundown on how you think your unit has been doing so far, now that it's basically wrapped up.
They're doing okay. They're getting better and better. One thing that's impressive about this group, even though it may not be a veteran group from top to bottom, they play hard. They work hard. They listen to the coaching, and they're getting better every day. So for me, the arrow is trending upward. I'm excited about them.
Tony, what's the challenge like when you have such a young room? I mean, you don't have many veterans at all in that room.
Yeah, I think I kind of look at it the other way. All right, some of the challenges, some of the experience things, guys that things that you guys can only learn through game experience, some adjustments. But I look at it as a positive. All right, in regards to you got young guys you can kind of mold that don't have a lot of battle wounds and a lot of scars or a lot of things you got to unteach or they have to unlearn. It's kind of like you're starting with a mold of clay that hasn't been fully shaped just yet, so we can put our hands on them and shape them the way we want them. So I kind of look at it as a positive because they're young, they're eager, they're trying to improve, they're trying to do it exactly the way that we want them to do it. And you can see the slow but steady progression into doing it the Jet way, the 2021 Jet way.
The guys who are here, Tony, that were here the last couple of years, what's the adjustment from Greg Williams' defense to what you guys are doing now?
Overall, I would say football is football. All right. Obviously, the main objective is to stop those guys from catching the ball, stop them from scoring. All right. So that part stays the same. The main thing we want to, two main things. Number one is get our verbiage together. All right. What they called things last year, maybe similar to some of the things that we do. So we have to make sure we get on the same page in that regard. And then the other thing that we do is just we don't have, there's certain defense that they may have run that we didn't run. So we want to be able to fine tune some of the things that we do, maybe minimize some of the things and some of the scenarios these guys are put in. So that would probably be the biggest difference. Number one, getting on the same page as far as our verbiage, what we call things. Number two, it just minimizing the techniques we ask them to do and see if they can master that, all right, a little bit better every day.
Tony, with Isaiah Dunn, the rookie free agent, who seemed to be getting some primetime reps in the camps, why do you think he went undrafted, and what do you like about him?
Well, number one, he's working hard, just like all our guys are. We keep a pretty good chart on their reps. All our guys get reps with the ones, twos, and threes. All right, so they're on a daily rotation. So the rep count usually stays the same. We do it that way from day one, just so we can evaluate them versus different people, not the same people on a daily basis. Why he wasn't drafted, I can't speak to that. I don't know that. But some of the things that we saw coming out that we still see now is that he is a smart player. He works at it, talking to his coach from college. He wants to improve. He wants to get better. His arrow is trending upward in college. And I think it's the same thing right now. It's just trending upward. But it's not just him. It's all our young guys. That's one guy you asked me about. All our guys are trending in a positive direction, but I'm pleased with his progress, but I'm pleased with the other guys' progress as well.
With Michael Carter, how are you guys utilizing him from the standpoint that he's versatile and can play safety and corner? How are you guys mixing that up?
Well, right now, we kind of hold some of those things kind of in the back pocket. Right now, we want these guys not to think about all the positions that he can play and will play or maybe play if he earns the right to do that. We just have him fine tune the one position, whatever that position may be. For right now, it's the nickel position. He's doing a good job at that, rotating in with the other guys. He's a good communicator. He's a hard worker, but yes, he does have some value for some other positions. But right now we got other guys competing at some other positions. He's focused in on the one, and he's getting better at that on a daily basis.
With how much offenses have changed in recent years, how important has that nickel corner spot become versus 15 or 20 years ago, that role?
Man, when I first got in this thing, it's changed tremendously, in my opinion. That nickel position, that's a starting corner. Not sure what the numbers were last year, but a couple years ago it was like 77%, 11 personnel. So that guy's getting a ton of playing time. So that guy has to be a real guy. He plays like a starter. He is a starter. He's getting starter reps. He's going to be counted on in most crucial times of the game, for his third down in 2 minutes, and those things. So to me, that thing has changed because offensive utilize more of the skill from 11 personnel standpoint. So they're getting used more.
With Justin Hardy, obviously he was signed because of his special teams prowess. That was a big part of why the Jets added him. But what kind of corner is he? I know players always want to get some opportunities at their natural position. What does he bring to the table as a corner?
Well, he brings some of the same things he brought from a special team standpoint, physicality. He's definitely a leader. He's an alpha male in that regard. He's a leader by doing and also by communicating certain things. He's always been a guy that has been a person that will bring the group together. He plays hard, he plays fast, he plays physical, just like some of our other bigger type corners. Once we get a chance to go out there and really play contact type of football, I think you will feel him and see him even more. But his presence in the room has been great. It's been great.
We'll take a couple more for Coach.
Tony, Bryce Hall had a kind of a weird rookie year, recovering from the injury and obviously what COVID did to the offseason. What kind of growth have you seen from him, during the spring program and compared to when you watch the film from the end of last year?
Well, from the end of last year, I kind of try to put that behind me. I just try to evaluate from what the guys have done right now, but just talking about just rookies in general, especially ones that come in and only play kind of late in the season. When you come in like that, not saying that I'm talking about him specifically, I'm just talking in broad terms. They're almost in survival mode because they're learning on the fly. You know what I mean? Right now, when guys come in off season, to me, that's when they have their biggest growth between their first year and their second year. So he's between that time right now. So he knows what to expect. He's been in some games. He knows the physical component. He knows the speed of the game. So all that learning curve that players have, that's out of the way. Now it's just about doing. So now with that in mind, he can approach his study. He can approach his game reps, his practice reps, his reps in the meeting room like it's a game with a sense of urgency to improve. We talk about a race to get better. And that's what we're doing. Every minute is critical. Everything we do has a purpose. He understands that. He studies that way. So I think now is a major time for him to grow, like all players between their first and second year. But he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job for us.
Hey Tony, it's Kim Jones from NFL Network. Hi, good and nice to meet you virtually. I wanted to ask you about Lamar Jackson. I know you don't want to go back to last year, but he was victimized on that all-out blitz against the Raiders, and I'm just curious what you've seen from him.
I did hear about that. I'm not sure who it was, but I heard once or twice about that, but I'm not sure. Because like it was last year, it's like I can't remember that. I got you. What happened in practice right now? But for Lamar, I think he is improving. He's a big, strong, physical, fast guy. I think that's really coming to learn what he can do. Playing like a big corner and the things that come along with that, using your length, using your speed, and how that can lead to disruption from the offensive type of perspective. So he's improving every day. He's just learning how to play our style now. From the things that went on last year, just like all of them, wherever we were. That was last year's team. Now it's in 2021. Even from San Francisco, we tweaked certain things to make it what our guys can do. So we're asking to change. We're asking him to change a little bit, just like the rest of them. But he's doing everything, not some of the things, everything we ask him to do. All right, and trying to do it in a great way.
You just jogged something in my mind. Are you one of these coaches, and is this maybe one of these staffs that says, don't tell me what a guy can't do, tell me what he can do, and we'll work with that?
Without question. Everybody has a different skill set. We all have things that we can't do. I have a whole bunch of things that I can't do. I know that for sure. I'll be the first one to tell you that. You ask the players, they probably tell you the same thing. All right. But we want to find what they can do and how can we maximize that within the scheme of our defense. Our defense is what it is. That's one of the positive things about our defense. We have some techniques that we play. We try to minimize it and we try to put them on repeat and do it over and over and over again. So if a guy had some challenges doing certain things, because we do limited things in regards to technique, they have no reason, they have no option but to get better, because it's going to be every day the same thing, the same language, the same footwork, the same over and over again. So he's going to get better just like the rest of them, and that's why I think that our guys are improving with the pace and the rate that we kind of want them to. Now we still got a ways to go. We have not arrived, all right, by any means, but we are on our way to getting better. all right, to earn the right to come back out one more day and practice.